And the scene opens. Stefan Braunfiedler is making his way via cab to the new Sarum Public Library branch in the historic district. Is dressed, usual business casual, coat, kind of, keep up appearances. It is cold, snowy this evening. Cab driver is taking certain precautions. He's got with him an attaché with about 4 books that he checked out previously. Just going there to kind of find a more appropriate place to study. Given that he's in transit, within about 20-25 minutes, he arrives out front of the library. Pays the cab driver and grabs his bag and steps out of the vehicle and heads into the front door, or heads toward the front door of the library and inside to the same section that he was in a night or two ago before heading off for his shift. Makes his way through the library off to the right side, not too far from the reference section, but finds a table kind of in the back corner to have a quieter area to study. When he finally finds a table, he takes a seat. Pulls out the books and a composition book and a pen so that he can make certain.
As he is doing that, he may overhear, only a few tables away from him, a vigorous skipping of pages as Howard Holiday continuously just keeps going through all these different reference books, not paying attention to anything around him whatsoever, and from time to time takes just a short glance around to see if no one's looking, tears a page out of the book and shoves it into his coat pocket.
I'm actually going to make a perception alertness. My God, I see everything! Oh yeah, 4 successes and very high degree.
Jeez.
I noticed that. I'm gonna get up from where I'm sitting. You said you're what, 2 tables over?
Like 3.
3 tables over?
Still hunched down in his book. He has not realized you're there, basically.
Probably more towards the more like the middle of the seating area, like one of the middle tables, probably.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm actually gonna make my way over. Oh yeah, that's a failure on my stealth roll.
What was that?
I make my way over, and you hear someone tripping over a chair behind you.
He's just.
Should
Excuse me?
those pages back. Stefan kind of as he says that, Stefan steps to the side in your view, and he says, "You should put those pages and do not deface library property."
As this
Giving you a stern look if you look at his face.
Do I know you, sir? Wait a minute. Stephen, right?
Stefan, yes.
Stefan! How are you, buddy? It's me, Howard. You remember? The guy who was chewing on the unfiltered cigarette?
the pages.
Pardon?
You tore pages out of a book.
Yes, my book, not the library's.
He looks at the book in front of you,
It is actually not a library book. It is,
and he kind of uh, puts his thumb under the pages to look on the interior binding. Does it have a registration card, an index card?
It does not.
So you have not defaced library property?
No. I've defaced my own property. I have every right to do that.
I'm going to attempt a perception empathy. Oh, yeah, I don't know if I'm turning up anything, but no, I'm not going to. If you're lying, I can't discern it.
You might also notice that Howard, he does not appear to be well. He looks very gout. His hair's very matted up, like he hasn't maybe bathed in several days, and just he looks like complete and utter ugh, and might even smell that way as well. Not his usual. Not usually how he is. I mean, he usually is the cleanest of all at all times, but something looks like something's wrong. It appears.
Perhaps you should gather your materials. I have a table in the spec corner.
All right.
And Stefan starts walking back to his table.
Grabbing all of his things, he moves over to your table and just sets them down, each very carefully, individually, in just the neatest way possible.
When Stefan gets to the table, he takes his seat back, and you see him kind of take a composition book, kind of hold it up, and then flip it upside down, putting a pen behind one of the ears. So, it has been some time, not since the
thing, whatever it's called. Big meeting, big party.
The party, yes, yeah.
Or whatever word they use to describe it.
Oh, what have you been up to?
Not much, really. I was tasked, actually, with... did you hear about the little... I think they call him a... And he was talking about weird nightmares or something. I was supposed to be looking into that, but I have no idea where to start or where this guy is.
Weird nightmares?
I don't know who he is, and I don't really give two craps in a basket. They say the guy came looking for what's her name? Our leader. Help me here. You know, the woman who...
The officiator of the church.
Yeah. The one of us, you know, her.
You might want to keep your voice down a little bit. This is a library.
Sorry about that. You know who I'm talking about, right? You know, our...
Yeah, continue.
Yeah. I don't remember much of what happened or what I was told. It's been weeks now, but basically, from what I was told, something about some bruja came into our church. The church spoke with her about these very bad nightmares he was having, and if she could help. And then I was tasked not by her, by Finch to find out about this guy, and I have no idea where to start.
What was his name?
His name, I actually don't remember. It was like, all I know, he's like a bruja and a surfer. Big surfer.
Do you know if he has employment?
No. He's also Australian, that was the other thing. I can't think of the name.
Damien Black.
That's it!
Und you're supposed to follow him around?
Yeah, find out about the guy, and I have no idea where he is. All I was said was, somewhere in the projects, maybe. Don't remember nothing else. I've checked the projects!
Then apparently you do not listen carefully enough. Because had you listened, you could have very easily found out that if you are looking for him, you need to seek Aphrodite.
That's a club, right?
Or the goddess of love.
Yeah, that too.
Take it as you want. Seek Aphrodite of the projects, and you will find Mr. Damien Black.
Okay. Anything else happened in the past 5 weeks that I'm not aware of? I've been really busy.
Oh, it's the last time I made my way to St. Christina's. There were some rather cold, calculating, like they sounded cold, calculating is how they spoke. Nothing really unusual, except that they seemed like businessmen. They were asking questions of a religious nature, not quite understanding much about the whole thing. It's like they were incapable of abstract thought, but that is about the most unusual.
Were they like us? Afflicted with whatever we have?
Goes to one of his books and starts reading a little bit while he's listening. 9.
It's just some Jehovah's Witnesses, probably.
No, they seemed like businessmen.
Okay, Scientologists. Either way, they're both wacky.
Pulls his composition book out now and picks up his pen. No, they were businessmen. They spoke as though they had some kind of acumen towards some type of business. But, they were asking a lot of religious questions. Oh.
Did they
I don't know. Oh, what was that?
Did they seem atheistic?
No, they were too interested in religion.
Well, many atheists are interested in religion.
I don't think they were the type to be devoid of
Belief.
possible belief.
Unlike me.
But apparently, whatever it is that went on in the church after I had walked out, found myself in the church courtyard within the walls. Apparently, whatever happened in there made Gideon rather upset. Quite.
Does not sound good.
No. But, again, I do not know why they were there or what they were really seeking. Or whether or not there was anything more unusual than they were just businessmen. Seeking some type of reflection of their own.
I'd keep a note on these guys.
I've made a contact recently who is seen if they mention anyone by their description, around and about, conversations, things of that nature.
Hmm.
I may hear back from him, I may not, but I am also looking for someone for him.
Hmm.
Richard Warner.
Richard Warner?
Yeah.
And that would be...
A person of interest to my contact.
Uh,
Not one of us. Well,
not one afflicted with whatever we have.
afflicted. You could
We are afflicted, and I will find a cure, sir.
You see him kind of open up one of his books. If you're paying attention to what he's like looking through, you'll notice that it's a medical text, which wait, how much did I tell you?
About what?
How much did you find out about me at the Elysium?
Nothing.
Nothing? Okay. So you wouldn't really find it too unusual, except, well, hey, someone else who's interested in some
Medicine.
yeah, medicine. But you see him look through one of the books he has, and you see he opens up the page to, what is it? The section on bloodborne diseases.
Hmm.
And he faces it and pushes it in front of you. So you think what we have falls under the category of this.
Bloodborne diseases, that's a possibility, but there's several other thousand possibilities. It could not just be blood, it could come from genetics for all we know.
Tell me, exactly how educated are you? I personally hold a master's degree from NYU.
I have as well. Well, not NYU. Just the new Sarum College.
Yeah. And how educated are you?
Went through college, got a master's, got a job at one point, dropped away from that, kind of went freelance.
What is
I
your
study all my time.
interest in the medical profession?
My interest in the medical profession is very simple. I want to be able to cure disease. I want to discover what others have not. I also have a bit of a interest in psychology to some degree.
More specifically, what is your specialty?
Surgery and psychology. To a degree.
Yet you do not hold a doctorate.
Hmm?
Yet you do not hold a doctorate.
Did not say I didn't.
You are a holder of a master's degree.
I'm tired if you could not tell.
You are not a doctor. You are a master's of your study. Which, I suppose, could explain
The what?
Slightly ignorant comments. You think what we have can be cured. Let me ask you a simple question, and his voice kind of lowers a bit, and he kind of leans in and motions for you to lean in. Kind of, obviously making sure not to even accidentally, forcefully, and willfully inhale. Exactly how many bloodborne diseases have you ever heard of that kill somebody and then reanimates them with absolutely no effect on the functions of the brain.
None. But you know what?
Exactly.
Does not mean a new one can't be discovered, though. Ha 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 ha.
How long have you been around?
Year and a half.
Year and a half. I have existed this way for 10 years. I would suggest that you give up this. And his voice, I mean, you can tell whenever he speaks to you, his voice is very lilting, for lack of a better word, very, very enchanting tone to his voice. And he kind of lightens his tone of voice a little bit as he says this. And I'm actually going to make a charisma expression, actually. I would suggest that you put your intellect, your energy, your effort into more pertinent concerns.
Like what?
You will never... hold on. You will never find a cure for this. I have studied some things that would be considered highly esoteric in my time. And this condition that we live in is very much esoteric. Very much not natural. I was told quite a lot by my sire. And without trying to insult yours, you should talk to him, you said?
Huh? Finch.
You should talk to this Mr. Finch and attempt to better educate yourself.
I have spoken with Finch. Several times, in fact. Me and him, we can only tolerate each other for so long. The man annoys me, and I annoy him. And we've known this for the longest time, but we work together because we know both of us can benefit from each other.
You should also learn what is temperance. It is a very good virtue.
Temperance.
When dealing with your sire.
Virtues.
Your father figure.
My father is dead. Shot and killed in front of me, along with my mother. Don't you dare call him my father figure.
As that is what he is.
He is not. You do not speak of me like to... No.
And his voice, although it stays low, his voice gets very authoritative at this point. You will... let me actually make that for what I said before. So he'll basically be trying to continue this charismatic way of speaking. 2 successes if you wish to resist. The resistance for that will be... shit. Either roll your current willpower or wits.
Crap, what was my will? I don't have my sheet open. Let me go find that.
Wits alertness. Current willpower or wits alertness.
Alright, let me just find it.
One of those two if you wish to resist.
Website. I should have had this open beforehand.
But yeah, his voice remains relatively low, but gets very authoritative at this point. You will learn to respect your sire, or I will personally have to make mention of your lack of respect for your betters.
I respect him.
Would rather not do what I am proposing.
Sir, Stefan, I never said I don't respect him. I respect him with the utmost grandeur. I'm just saying it is hard for us to get along. Our views vary. It is a problem. I never said I hated him. I never said I go against him. I just said it's hard for our views, our worldly views. They don't mix well. That's all I was saying.
And you? Then you should start by recognizing that he is technically a father figure. Do not say anything else at this point.
You can see, though, in Howard's eyes, like, you can sort of see blood, like, almost like where there were tears would be, starting to tear up, like you're making him, he's remembering something bad that happened to him. And you can just see it in his face, like almost an expression of rage and sadness at the same time.
And do something about the eyes. Clean that up. And his voice goes from authoritative to more friendly.
Stefan, you have pushed my buttons.
There's no buttons being pushed.
Yes, there have.
You want to get along in this existence? This is what you have to learn. Otherwise, you will not make it very long.
I understand what this existence is, but you offended me.
I offended nobody. Had you have actually said something like that in the presence of the one who brought you into this, he would have dealt with you a lot more harshly than I would have. If you think what I have said would be offensive, but he would have said or done would have been 10 times worse. So, you should use this as a teaching point, as a learning point for you.
Understood. But you know this.
Now,
Never.
let's get on to something
Never.
more. Let's get on to a pursuit that is more conducive of intelligent conversation, shall we?
For that, know this. Never remind me of my family. What happened to them was horrifying.
Or
And
what?
I don't want to remember it.
Or what? You're going to do something violent in a public place?
I won't hurt you. But I will tell you what happened to them right now to let you know.
I would rather not go into your history. You can keep that to yourself.
Then don't bring them up. Don't ever bring them up.
I will bring up whatever it is that is necessary to ensure that nobody in our little circles ends up violating any rules. You, on the other hand, should just calm down.
Then don't bring up my family.
Stop getting choked up and telling me what I should or should not do, and just listen to my words. I'm actually going to make a charisma empathy, which is basically me trying to, like, emotionally compel you that this is a good idea. Let me double check something real quick. So many fucking rolls. Yeah, I got it. Yeah, that's right. It's mundane roll. It is using my voice. So, yeah. Oh, one success. Decent. Actually, I think that would be versus your current willpower. What is your current willpower?
I need to go grab my password sheet so I can log in.
Don't worry about it right now. I'm assuming it's probably not higher than 5.
Yeah, no.
So, with at least one success, there's something in his words that's, at least a little compelling.
Just a bit. He enough to make Howard sit back and just calm down to the point where he's starting to just come back to grips of reality, because his anger is simmering.
As far as your academic pursuits, and he takes the book that he put in front of you and kind of faces it toward himself, kind of pulls it a little closer. There is absolutely, positively no cure for this condition. The only thing you can do is know that the overwhelming sensation which makes your anger well up thicker, which you have no doubt felt before, that beast, that rage in you, can never, ever be taken away. You can learn to control it, you will never master it. Which means there is no cure. Because that is the major component of this condition.
Well, there is no cure for the human condition either.
The human condition is completely different from the kindred condition.
Not very much. We were all once human. What the beast that you speak of sounds to me almost like the unevolved man. The monkeys that we once were, that animal. You know what I say?
It's completely different.
That savage primal urge that wells up inside of one. The only thing, there is no thought except for survival.
There is instinct.
Yes, survival, instinct.
And satisfy, rather than seeing somebody waste their intellect, their time,
I have all the time in the world.
Night on something that is folly, I would say focus this toward a healthier pursuit.
There is no such thing as a healthy pursuit. If I saw you say that to a human being, I would laugh. Yes, don't focus your time and effort on medicine. Focus on politics. A much better idea. Don't make me laugh.
If I said this to somebody who was still possessing a pulse and a heartbeat, breathing pattern, then a healthy pursuit is, whatever is not folly.
Almost everything in this world is folly. It's a frightening, horrifying, disgusting world.
Not true.
To me it is.
The pursuits it gives me a reason to continue is the fact that I can focus some of my effort into bettering my art form. Finding a more productive way to
Waste eternity.
make, not a waste. I don't just sculpt. I create forms in stone, and I attempt to show life and emotion in that medium.
Life and emotion. Very different, you and me, you know that?
Yeah. But even though I may not be completely immersed in medical research, I still know quite a bit. Medicine, chemistry, biology, anatomy, a little here and there. And that's why it is much better for you to find, I would say, focus your pursuits to helping mortals. Make them healthier, make their lives better, give your own existence purpose. And his voice is still relatively low, and he kind of occasionally looks about to make sure that nobody's walking close by. That would be a much better pursuit than trying to research something that you do not understand.
So you just want me to give up on all that I've been searching for the past year and a half now? Just give it all up?
If it involves researching the conditions that, I mean, even to me, it seems very unnatural, then yes, focus your intellect, your knowledge, to helping those who still walk in the sunlight, for God's sakes.
I'm no altruist.
Then perhaps you should start by learning the true meaning of altruism.
I already have. It's
Well,
parasitic.
it is not parasitic.
I will quote... Here is a quote that I once heard about what altruism is like. What is the greatest travesty that has ever occurred upon this earth? Slavery. The Holocaust. Dictatorship. No. Altruism. The tool on which all this wickedness is built. When somebody wants others to do their work for them, they call upon their altruism. Never mind their own needs, they say. Think of the needs of whoever, of the state, of the army, of the poor, of God. How many travesties throughout all of history have started with the words, think of yourself? None, for it is the king and countrymen who light the torches of destruction.
And you are finding a very narrow, very negative definition of that word. That is a definition of altruism that has been used by people who, A, have been victors in history and have erased the stories of those who lost. So some truth has been lost, at least to parts of the world history. And B, those who if you look deep enough, have done things that are, how can we say, less than virtuous.
Virtue is a word we created. Everything, every ideal, every allegory, everything is just an idea created by human beings upon which our language system is built. Morality is just a state of mind. Good and evil are just viewpoints.
Just by human beings?
Yes, us.
I am thinking maybe you should talk to Celine more. Maybe she's been around longer than both of us. You don't see things in a very abstract way.
I don't believe in the abstract. I believe in what I can see. So was my argument for religion as well. That was my father's argument for it, and that was my grandfather's argument for it.
I'm not talking about religion.
It is a good subject to bring up about the abstract.
I'm talking about looking outside the box and using altruistic ideas for a positive, selfless way.
I am not a selfless man.
Charity would be another virtue you should learn along with temperance. Learn to look at the abstract and really focus on it. I can almost guarantee how much would clarify in your mind if you really put an effort into it.
No.
I am not completely abstract in thought. I am very aware of scientific processes. Otherwise, I would not have gotten through university. I would not have completed the courses that make up my minor. Chemistry, biology, anatomy, even some other points of medicine. You have to understand the scientific process to get through chemistry. But in order to understand this, you have to be able to see abstractly, to clarify the logical thought. Look at all the best minds throughout history. You think they have not at one point looked abstractly at things?
Name one of those minds first. I want to hear your example, and then I will weigh that.
Okay. I don't know much. I only studied a little history. Take Sir Isaac Newton, for instance. You think that when he was sitting underneath that fruit tree, that he thought completely logically? How could he have not thought at least slightly abstract at that time? He conceived something that would have been heresy among the church, and the church at the time made up the part of the ruling class. You think he did not know how to think abstractly to come up with a logical solution? A logical explanation for his theories?
He thought for himself.
He thought more for him. He thought for the world.
But first, one must think for themselves. There is that flaw in that statement. Before you think for the world, you must think for yourself, and that's what he did.
And
think about it. At
no part in this was he devoid of abstract thought.
I think we're seeing the words abstract. I think I had this confused for a moment. No, you said abstract. I thought you meant something else, sir. Because when you say it, I was thinking when you said abstract, I thought you just meant to think from a viewpoint of almost pure insanity whatsoever. That I wasn't just listening. Sorry, I blank out from time to time.
No. And this is my other point. Had you have listened, had you have had your ears more open, more clear, and listened more carefully, you would not have had to ask anybody else about whereabouts of the person you are supposed to be watching from a friendly distance. You would have found exactly what you needed to know to find out where he makes his place. But you do not listen. And that is your hubris. At this point, it looks like we have somebody else walking through the library!
It's fairly, Lacey looks up at the doors of the library and, kind of tilts her head, thinking, yeah, I haven't really been here a whole lot. Maybe I should go check it out. So she, opens the doors and, walks through and, just kind of peruses, not really looking for any specific thing, more like just kind of wanting to experience the public library. She usually hangs out at the school library, but sometimes they just, at least this time, they didn't have the book she needed.
When Lacey walks into the library, there are 4 wings. There's a central desk area in from the door a little bit. Presumably, there's some librarians working. There's computers. There's other equipment there. Lots of books. Some trolleys. The right-hand section leads back towards books that contain like various academic subjects. Also, that's where the reference section is. The section next to that, which is straight back and to the right, is probably, I'm going to say, more like public records, like social current events, more like local history type of stuff and current events. The section over from that, forward to the left, would be, let's see, what the part? One of the signs in that section say, what's it? Private research rooms, and the one to the right would be like restrooms, children's section, young adult section. Also to the right, on top of reference, there would be what is it? Special materials section. You know, this is where they would keep like microfilm and special collection books.
Mm-hmm. Is there a gift shop?
Probably.
Not in the library. No.
Oh.
No.
Weird.
Yeah, there's usually one of those in there.
Not inside the library. It's out. It's like a separate building section. It's not. There's no actually like. There's no thoroughfare between like on the inside. It's on the outside.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And the gift shop is currently closed. I think they close about 7:30.
Oh, darn it.
Yeah. So it's like, just missed it.
Lacey looks around, looking for the gift shop, and then it kind of just hits her that Closed. Oh. I guess that's one more thing. She sort of just shakes herself and smiles at the person behind the desk. And she'll go ahead and take a walk through current events slash public records. Just wandering.
When you walk back toward that area,
See two grumpy men arguing.
actually, no, that would be to the right.
Darn it.
Not forward, to the right slightly. There aren't too many people in this area at this hour. You see about 3 other people in here. They're kind of like stretched out throughout the area. You see one closer to the entrance area. It looks like he's using a library index system, or terminal. As you walk further on, there's some other people. One's looking up history of New Sarum. If you take a closer look without getting too intrusive, it looks like he's looking about 80, 90 years in the past from the current date. And another guy is looking up current event materials that the library gets on a periodical basis.
She's going to look for a new periodical of Wired, actually. The magazine.
Oh, okay. Let's see if there's another copy. All of the copies, or none of the copies, seem to be on the shelf for that
She
particular.
nods, knowing that this is a really popular magazine, sort of expecting it to be gone. Not really, Just double checking.
You do, however, see a few technology-based magazines. Let's see, there's a current issue of Popular Mechanics, and several computer magazines that are brand new copies, just came out. And one of the articles kind of strikes you as interesting in one of the computer-based magazines.
Alright, I'll pick it up then. Start to peruse the article.
The one that catches your eye is about some new innovations in programming, business oriented actually, business network security, things like that.
Huh. Lacey will sort of tuck it under her arm.
Quite an interesting article, actually.
Lacey will just tuck it under her arm, take a glance at any of the gaming periodicals, if there are any.
Let's see. There are actually. Apparent there is one kind of catches your eye about an idea for a new first-person shooter that is currently in development.
Lacey reads that shit.
Yeah, by a more it's an obscure game company. You might have heard it once or twice, but it's not one that you're used to hearing about on a regular basis. It's like a third party type of thing.
She'll peruse the article and then just put the magazine back. We really wanted to check out one magazine. And then she'll kind of wander towards the special materials, kind of just wanting to check it out.
As you head down the hallway towards the special materials section, it's a short hallway. It goes down for about 15-20 feet, and then you encounter a door that's locked by what is it? One of those magnetic card readers.
Mm-hmm.
And the sign on the door says no entry allowed without reservation and special permission.
Okay. She's just gonna wander around for a bit. Feel free to like continue your conversation.
Okay. So let's see. Oh, so many topics of conversation.
Pardon me.
Yeah, listening.
That?
The thing I would say is, again, learn charity, temperance, learn how to be positively altruistic for positive means, and do not focus on the negative. That will get you nowhere. There is good altruism, there is bad altruism. Don't focus on the negative. Find something to do that is positive. There's a good place to start. You could find a way to help the homeless population. They are always in need of medical help. Find a way to make their lives better. Volunteering at a homeless shelter, if you have any kind of medical expertise, try to volunteer those skills. That would be more productive than wasting your time with trying to understand something that you will not at all.
Is that it?
That is all you have to say. How much of what I said did you actually hear?
Oh, all of it. I just didn't really give a crap about it. I'm an angry person. That's it.
Don't
try and change my attitude. My worldviews were shaped a long time ago, friend.
Are you looking at Stefan? Are you making eye contact with him?
Yeah, I'm just a very blank, dead stare at this guy. Just this stare of not really anger, just almost passive aggressiveness.
He keeps his eye contact while he kind of chuckles low. This whole time he keeps his voice, the volume of his voice rather low. For more than one reason, but he maintains eye contact with you. So much anger. How? That is what ruins intelligent, logical, brilliant minds.
My mind was ruined a long time ago.
The last suggestion that I would say is take a deep breath and calm yourself. And that is where I'm going to be making a very particular roll. Well, yeah, 2 successes is nice on that one, too. What is your current willpower?
Again, don't have the character sheet, so I think...
Can you pull it up real quick?
I need to go grab my password sheet. Be right back.
You go do that. I'll go take care of something else. And while Lacey is walking around the library, looking through her magazine, you do know that magazines like this cannot be checked out. You basically read them here.
Oh, okay.
One of the librarians that's
I meant to do that.
pushing a trolley kind of sees you looking at him and says, it's an older woman. She's rather short, maybe about 5'6", right?
Okay.
She looks up at you and says, You know, when you're done with those, can you put those back where you found them? We don't check out papers or magazines.
Lacey nods. Oh yeah, of course I can. No problem, ma'am.
She walks up to you with a very friendly smile, very warm smile, and just kind of puts her hand like on your arm right here and says, "Oh, you're such a good girl." And she continues along with her job.
Lacey chuckles to herself, thinking, sort of being reminded of one of her great aunts when they were still alive, and and moves along.
About this time, you head towards from the main entrance toward the section to you go in and right angle to the right.
I was still looking at the oh my god, what was it? The restricted materials.
Oh, you were still in that hallway?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So you
I was looking at things.
Okay.
I was looking at the things that were available and just.
In between your, looking at your magazines, you look back at the signs. The materials available are, let's see. Oh God. Birth and death records. Let's see. Newspaper archive. Let me see. Rare books.
That's where she's gonna head.
Rare books and texts, and this is all what lies beyond the security door.
Beyond the security door.
Yeah. The short hallway goes for about 15-20 feet, and then that's when wall, security door. It's a double door, and
fair.
There's one of those magnetic readers, and it looks like also probably a key is required as well, like two forms of access. For the reservation information, it requires 24 hours in advance. So
Lacey looks at the electronic key card reader and just kind of smirks, and then shakes her head, and then walks away. Turns around and walks away.
Do you walk towards the left as you would enter the front door, or to the right as you would enter the front door?
Probably to the right.
Okay. As you walk through the right, you pass.
It would be to my left, but yeah.
Yeah, to your left or the right if you're coming in. You pass what looks like a little room that would be used for special tutoring, that type of thing. You see an open area with tables and a few bookshelves, and then beyond that, you see a sign. Let's see, reference material way off to the right or forward and down. You see upstairs and downstairs areas. You see an upstairs area above your head directly. You see.
She's gonna wander up there.
Various subjects. As you're walking through, make a perception alertness, sight-based.
No problem. Are you sure sight-based? Because I can also make a hearing-based one.
Actually, yeah, do both. Just make a perception alertness.
I will make a perception alertness sight-based, and then I'll make a hearing-based one because my hearing's different.
Well, we'll just use the same roll.
If you want to... Okay.
That'll work.
Alright, so... Sorry, I did just go away. Alright, so one success on either.
Okay. That's good enough. As you actually go to head toward a stairway, your eye actually catches a familiar face. that you've seen at the Aphrodite.
At the Aphrodite and the beach.
Yep.
Yeah.
And you can hear he's having a rather interesting conversation. The volume of his voice is rather low, but because the tone is rather authoritative, very authoritative, it kind of raises the volume in spikes here and there. And you recognize the person as Steph. Also, what is your generation? To know what the effect is.
13th. And I've got 2 lore.
I meant his.
Oh, sorry.
13.
13? Okay. Then yes, this will affect you. And I got 2 successes on this, which means you feel an overwhelming, possibly unusual, unusually compelled to calm, to just, you feel yourself calm down. Like your anger, your angst, any rage in you just quells.
I'm still keeping the expression of blank face and kind of placid at you.
Yeah, but you feel calm. Like what he said, literally, it was like he almost commanded you to calm down. Now, that is much better. This is what I will leave you with. See these books?
Mm-hmm.
Go and find. There are multiple copies on these shelves, and he points to various aisles, kind of ahead and like to the left.
I don't look.
Go down those aisles and look for these various books. Write them down. And just take the time to study them. Really immerse yourself. And think in a more positive light. Think of... Sorry, his accent never dropped. Even though mine did, his accent did not drop.
Phony.
Think of how you can help. And he leans in very close to you. How you can help, say, mortal population. Make their lives better. To enrich your own existence, make their existence more pleasant. Try to help their illnesses go away. But, and he looks at his watch at that moment. He packs up his book, grabs his composition book, his pen, he puts it back in his attaché case. And he picks up the books that are in front of him. I am going to need to get going. I must go off to work.
Bye.
You take this time, take my recommendation, find similar books, and use your time constructively. And he gets up and kind of does that bow, and then...
Well, as he's walking away, I sort of wave to him, and as he turns around, it's just like, oh yes, I'll see you later. It's just so he doesn't see it, though. He's like, his back turned, he's out the door, he's just like...
As you see Stefan get up, and his back is turned toward the man he was looking at, you see that man turn around and do that at his back.
I said he was out only when you're out the door by then.
No, she saw it.
Yeah.
Oh.
I saw that.
Okay.
You don't know
I'm sitting there listening in and watching.
You probably
And
hear the noise as well.
as
Oh yeah, I
Stefan is
hear it.
walking out, Lacey? As he kind of catches you barely from like his peripheral vision and kind of turns a bit.
Oh. Howard. Wait, did he notice this
No,
at this point? Okay, good.
Stefan did not notice that. Lacey
Okay.
saw it, but Stefan.
Okay. Still, I was just confused for a second.
What brings you here tonight?
What brings anyone to the library? I was looking for a book. And I kind of just wanted to really see the library. I've been here like twice, but in a year, that's like nothing.
Okay. Well, what I meant is, what is your pursuit? What are you trying to catch up on?
Class stuff? I'm not really catching up. I'm just school library. Had all the books I was looking for checked out. Probably because we have an assignment this week due, so.
Studying. That is good.
Generally. You look like you were headed out, so I don't want to keep you.
It's a good thing I still have some time to get to work, but I was catching up on. I was trying to refresh my mind on past tense things related to my time at college. It's always good to update one's
Right.
But
Well, it was nice seeing you again.
And it's the same to see you, Lacey. I hope your nights have been pleasant.
Yeah, for the most part, yeah.
Excellent. All right. Well, I am going to go check these books back in and head to work. But I do hope that you continue to do very well in your classes. And do graduate.
Oh, I intend to.
And Stefan turns to head back to the main desk and shortly after that exit the library.
Lacey turns to the guy she saw flip off Stefan after Stefan leaves, and she just sort of smirks at him. So, I take it that wasn't a good conversation?
Yeah. No, not nah. Nope.
Sort of walks closer to you and drops her voice a little, just in case, like whatever. Generally, conversations with Stefan tend to go that way.
Yeah,
At least around me. Like I don't hold nothing against him in it, but and she just sort of like trails off, and then she stops. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. My name's Lacey. She sort of extends a hand to you to shake.
Howard Holiday. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. And when she takes your hand, it's like it's a firm grip, but it's not like crushing or anything. And she just sort of smiles at you. So I take it, family?
Family? I wouldn't consider it that. We all do suffer from the same condition, and me and Mr. Stefan seem to suffer from the same strain of it. I take a more scientific approach to our affliction, as I like to call it, and he tends to take a more esoteric approach, and we argued about that for about 30 minutes.
Well, take a breath. He's gone now. I'm
very
sorry.
happy. 10 more.
She chuckles.
Yeah, I kind of wanted to just stand up in the middle of the conversation, walk over into the foreign language aisle and look up how to say douchebag in German.
She just laughs. So I haven't seen you around. I mean, it's possible that I've just been busy with my own stuff, but
No, it's probably from my fault that has happened. I'm a very bit. I haven't really been around for about 5 weeks, so yes, I've had a lot of work.
I just got a new job, so I kind of been not as around as usual, but
Yes, I have the job of working on this strange little society we have become privy to.
Lacey sort of frowns. I'm real sorry. Just give me 1 second. She pulls out her smartphone and fiddles around with it for a minute, and looks like she's. I'm so sorry. This is so rude. And she finishes the text and puts it back in her pocket.
That was fine. I do not believe I saw you at the little party we had back a while ago.
Right. No, I wasn't there.
Are you new?
No, her face just kind of falls. She takes a breath, even though she doesn't really have to. My mama died.
Oh.
So, I went back home. For about a week or so.
Very sorry to hear that.
All the way in Alabama. Thank you. I'm real sorry to say it.
My condolences.
Thank you. And then I came back and my primogen's dead too.
Oh.
She looks around. God damn it, Lacey. Alright. I'm gonna perception alertness check. Well then.
That's good.
She makes sure that there was no one really around as she drops her voice. And there wasn't, luckily. I mean, no one's really paying attention, and she didn't say that too loudly. And she sort of just shakes herself, and she looks a little stricken, like she thinks she did something awful, like so rude, and she stops herself.
Are you all right?
Yeah. Sorry. I don't normally speak like that. She just sort of lowers her voice, like almost a little too much now, like she's overcompensating. I don't normally say things like that, just out like that, and I'm real sorry.
Oh, it's fine. It's fine. We've all made mistakes in the past. Don't.
Yeah, that mistake like that can get you killed around here.
Hey. He whispers very quietly. Those higher ups, yeah, they do take everything really seriously, but really, there's no one around here for like at least 5 aisles. If there were, I would gouge their eyes out. Kidding.
But are you really?
Huh?
Lacey looked at you and smirked and said, "But are you really?
Oh, am I kidding?
Are you really kidding?"
Yeah, I'm kidding. I mean, it'd be easier just to maybe. What would
Yeah,
you do in
yeah,
that
yeah,
situation?
yeah.
Thinking about it now.
I get it. Anyway, so what brought you here instead?
I was here doing medical research on different things, and he accused me of stealing the pages of library books.
That's rude. Were you?
No, I was actually reading one of my own books, and I ripped one of the pages out because the entire argument on it was I was very mad at, and I hated the fact that I owned a book that had such vileness in it. So I ripped the page out. He runs over and he trips over a chair, no less, and says, "Put the page back."
Right.
Very, very
Right.
rude man.
I can understand where it's coming from, but at the same time, you know,
He made a bit of a show coming over to my table.
yeah, it's probably not something good to do in a library.
Yes. It's like the time it's like back long time ago. I came in here once, nearly got banned for this. They didn't catch me, thankfully. I accidentally lit my hair on fire when I lit up a cigarette. It was very funny, actually. My hair it did not have good effects on my hair, but it was still hilarious in a way. You do stupid things in public when you're young.
Lacey's phone rings at this point.
Oh my God. I'm sorry.
Oh, it's fine.
Excuse me, one second.
Yes,
She sort
yes.
of takes a couple of steps back and she
The
picks up
voice
the
of God has decreed it.
phone. Hello.
Hello, Lacey? No,
Yeah.
I'm here. Where are you? Is it the first floor or what?
Oh yeah, I'm on the first floor. I'm actually chatting with somebody. You mind if we get company? She's talking to you, Howard.
Oh, no, it's fine.
All right, all right. And she gives you directions on where she.
Dahlia proceeds to the first floor. Not long after she gets close enough so that you can hear someone approaching. She turns. I don't know. You're sitting in an aisle. Are you sitting in an aisle?
We were in the middle, sort of a middle section, like with
Yeah.
nobody around us whatsoever.
Yeah.
Natalia's just going to pull up a chair at some point, seeing the two people there. One of them she recognizes. She'll just pull up a chair close to him and just says, "Good evening, good evening."
Hey, Natalia, how's it going?
Fine, Lacey, fine. You?
Pretty good. Oh my God, you've got to check out this article. And she hands Natalia the magazine article that she was reading. Jeff, can you describe that, please?
The make-believe storyteller here. The article that she hands you, I can't remember. I've actually seen a similar magazine, but it's basically like Programming Quarterly, mostly about computer programming, software, tech, some hardware stuff. The article she points out is apparently there's a group, like not a corporate think tank, but like an academic think tank, with a few students, MIT students, that are working on what will be a breakthrough in corporate network security. The detail of the article focuses on making encryption protocols stronger and more resistant to outside intrusion.
Natalia will first look at it, and she'll just begin, and she'll take like 5 minutes, and well, this is probably a number of this magazine I would have to get the hold of myself. I'm not sure. I can't
Oh
take this
yeah, no, definitely.
task, Lacey. This looks very interesting. But who's this here?
This is Howard. Howard, this is Natalia.
Pleasure to
Natalia.
meet you, madam.
She extends a hand as well, shakes his hand. And she, well,
He's family, sort of.
oh, okay.
I'm afflicted with the same diseases we all are.
Just
Okay.
don't. She lowers her voice. Just say family or refer to that we use the same dentist. That's much easier.
I need to write that one down.
I hadn't heard.
It's not always
I
you
hadn't
have
heard the
the
dance
luxury of
one.
silence around you.
Hmm?
It's not always you have the luxury of no one around.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
You know. So, what were y'all up to tonight?
Well,
I mean, I know what you, Howard, were up to, but you weren't. Were you spent? I mean, the library's gonna close at some point.
It is. Yeah, I just wanted to check up on you.
Totally. How are you doing?
I'm fine. I'm fine. We didn't get to talk much last time, so I thought we would, meet up and just, hear each other out. I was interested in, well, this is obviously also interesting what you've just shown me, but it's just I wanted to hear, different people. If anyone
Definitely.
knew.
Actually, I was wondering if you might be interested in playing some Street Fighter with me back at my place. I got a PS3 and yeah.
Natalia smiles, quite widely, and says, we might just, I might just have to, kick your ass in that. But,
Oh yeah, whatever. I'll
well,
believe it when I see it.
I'm guessing you're better than the console was really never my thing, but no, it just, I've heard some things. I don't know. She obviously looks a bit, she looks a bit down and just, I don't know if you've heard anything about this. There's some disappearances. It's all over the media thing. Have you heard anything about that?
I hadn't looked any further into it, but
We talked about it, but
Lacey sort of frowns and looks at Howard and then looks at Natalia and she's like, I might be doing some looking into it, so.
yeah,
Right
but
at this moment,
who's
you notice, um, although it's over the intercom, rather calm, as quiet as you can over a library intercom system, informing all of the patrons that the library will be closing in 15 minutes.
Right. So I just need to put, and she points to the magazine that Natalia is now holding. I just need to put that back where I found it. I promised some cute little old lady that I'd do that. So
sure.
if you'll excuse me, but if you want to meet
No,
back
just
up
please,
outside,
don't-
I'm parked in in around the corner a bit, and
It's
we
just be careful. It's about those disappearances. If you haven't looked into it, if you're going to do so, apparently there's probably something more involved. So just be careful. And I wouldn't ask it of you, even though I did.
she gives
last time.
Natalia a strange look, a look that's when she says the words, and I know that Howard can't see this, but when she says the next words she's going to say, the look she gives Natalia is a little more grave than Lacey's usual. And she says, "Believe me, I'm taking every precaution." And then she I'll be right back. And she goes and returns the magazine, but she'll be gone for about 5-10 minutes.
Well, all the necessary precautions, and I thought I was paranoid. I carry a gun with me almost everywhere.
Well, it
I carry
works.
2.
Well, that's overkill, but oh well. It works most of the time. If someone's trying to hold you up, then you present your gun. It's sensible to
Oh.
scare off the worst people.
Yes, I learned that a long time ago.
No, I get it. I get it. It's sometimes it's needed. I don't care too much for guns. I just I tend to either run or just convince someone that it's probably not the best thing to do. But,
Yeah, I just don't trust the police.
no, should you? But well, there are more than one way to disarm a situation, especially for. And she looks a bit around and she says, for some people in this world, there is things, some ways to dissuade people from certain courses of action. Yeah. But tell me, I haven't seen you before. You were you at Lily's? Were you at their last, get together?
Yes, I was, just briefly with Mr. Stefan, or German Dick, as I'm now referring to him as. The man pushes my buttons in a way I do not like them to be pushed. I was only there for about 30 minutes. At the most, I overslept.
No, okay? So you were related more closely, or?
Oh, no. He just offered to take me there, basically.
Oh, okay.
Yes. I had a bit of an argument with him about 20 minutes ago.
Oh, well,
He's not a very nice man when it comes down to it.
no, I haven't. Well, I've met him once, I think. It seems decent enough. But then again, I am not you, and I don't know what went down, so I couldn't comment on that. But we all have our own perception on the world. Is that? Yes, that's the word.
Yes.
Anyway, I don't know. If we're closing, we are closing. The library is closing. Is you going
Lacey
home?
sends Natalia a text saying to meet her by the door.
Oh well. Apparently Lacey wants to talk. Oh well. And are you coming, or do you need to finish up here?
I'm finished here. I'll be leaving, basically.
Yeah, well, I guess we should get out before we're thrown out. I know, those librarians handling books all day, they're stronger than they appear. She gives you, like, a slight smile. And,
he smiles back while gathering all of his things.
A familiar older lady to Lacey comes back. You're the last ones around, kind of in the library, not really around the table, but kind of standing. But she comes up to you and she says, "We're gonna be closing in about another minute, but no rush. Just take your time, dearie. You can make your way out. When you're ready." And she gives you another really warm smile, and then continues off to the right, pushing her trolley.
Not long after, Natalia meets up with Lacey at the door, with Howard in tow.
Looking like this.
Oh yeah. Well, you know, I could carry some of that for you. You know, you
No,
don't.
thank you. I'm fine.
Okay. And she looks a bit at you and makes a mental note that probably that they actually are more related than he let on at first. But as they come out to the door, it's like, well, go, Lacey. Did you get the thing handed in?
Yeah, of course. It wasn't handed. I just needed to put it away. I promised that little old lady.
All right.
All right.
Natalia,
So now we're back to me beating you at Street Fighter, right?
I think yes, but I'm just warning you, and may want to have a rematch in some other game, but we'll see.
Lacey laughs. And she points to her car, which is parked not very far away. Howard, did you need a ride somewhere?
I did. Well, I did take the bus here, and my car's currently kind of crap, and I don't want to have to carry all this again. So yes, could you take me home, please? It's not very far from here.
Yeah, sure. I can take you.
Is Lacey parked more on the exterior of the library parking lot, or the interior or the middle?
Or the interior of the what?
Is she parked on the interior, the middle, or more on the outside of the parking lot?
Kind of on the interior.
On the interior?
Yeah.
Oh yes. As Lacey, Natalia, and Howard are heading toward your car, you see a woman. She's carrying quite a few bags. Kind of looks a little bit disheveled, like she's making her way through this parking lot to get somewhere. Heading. What would be the direction of the downtown area from here? So she's heading out to a main street that'll take her in that direction. She kind of passes you and could either one of you people maybe help me out? I'm down on my luck, and I haven't eaten for 2 days.
Howard looks at this woman and pulls out.
And she smells quite bad, by the way.
Yeah, Howard probably smells worse at this point. He hasn't showered in several weeks. Howard decides to do something and pull out about $50 and give it to her.
Her face the expression on her face just absolutely brightens. The wrinkles around her eyes, what are there, seem to straighten. Are you sure?
He pulls out an extra 20 then and gives it to her as well.
She looks absolutely about ready to pass out right now.
As this is happening, Natalia just looks at it and just says to Lacey, "I'll go get my own car. I'll follow you, okay?" And she seems completely unfazed about what's happening between them.
The woman.
All right, you can ride with me or follow me. I wasn't sure if you drove here or walked or what.
No problem. Natalia goes to her car.
The woman goes to put the money, into her pants pocket, really tucking it, and she looks at it. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Not a problem.
And she just tears up, absolutely, tears up. God bless you.
He gives her another 10.
No, she's already she says God bless you, and she continues on her way.
Hold
Like,
on one
quickly.
second. Hold on, guys. I need to make a roll here.
Go for it.
Jeez.
Or
Alright.
she starts to hit.
Hold on one sec. That is no successes. Okay. Okay, so Lacey feels awful, absolutely awful, and she looks at this woman, she goes, is there any way I can help you? Just any way? And do you need a ride? Do you need to go somewhere?
So you go and like flag her down as she's
No,
starting to walk
this is
away.
before she leaves. I was trying to make
Okay,
this a
okay.
roll.
Okay,
Like,
okay.
This is
Oh.
after he hands her the 50, but before she leaves.
I gave her
Okay.
70.
70, sorry.
She looks at you, you know, tears just. She's absolutely happy, but she's in tears. Well, I was trying to. I needed to go to the homeless shelter. You could help me.
I can drop you off, no problem. Are you sure you'll be okay there?
I'll be fine.
You-
I'm gonna go
okay,
get something to eat too.
I
Absolutely. We can drop you off at a diner real close to there, and I'll make sure you get fed, and then you can just go to the shelter, and I just need to make sure that you are going to be okay.
Howard then chimes in, and he's written something down on a slip of paper and rips it out, and he hands it to her and says, if you ever need any medical help, free of charge, of course, come see me.
Howard will, like, I'm not even going to make you make a perception roll. Lacey is visibly relieved by this. Apparently the sight of this woman just really bothered her at this point in time.
She takes the slip of paper and tucks it away in like a purse or something, or a pocket. That would be great. Thank you for helping me.
No problem.
No problem.
And her, like the left side of her face, like now that you see her like in the light of the parking lot, it looks like she's like gotten beaten tonight. Like seriously,
God.
She's got a big black eye. And part of her face is like swollen up.
Oh my.
But she waits for you to like open the car door for her.
Lacey does. She opens the car door and kind of ushers her into the front seat.
So we're all in the car now?
Mm-hmm.
If you got in, yeah.
Yes, I'm in the car.
Lacey turns back. I hope you don't mind if we take care of this real quick.
Huh?
We're gonna take care of her.
Yeah, that's fine.
Oh, all right. Lacey sends a text to Natalia real quickly, letting her know what's going on. Hey, we're gonna make a real quick stop. Let this lady off at a diner close to the shelter, and then I have to drop him off home.
Just there isn't really there is a text reply just saying Roger, but that's about it.
While we're driving, do I notice any other visible like symptoms of anything else on this old woman? Like maybe there could probably be any like drug use at any point, like visibly, like you know.
She's pretty bundled up. I mean, it is snowing. Right now, it's been snowing since sundown anyway. So you really can't tell too much.
I can really just see the bruises.
Yeah, you can see the bruises. She does not smell of like smoke or anything, but you do catch a slight whiff of alcohol.
Oh.
But yeah, too many like physical visible signs are like not possible because of how bundled she is.
Alright, so Lacey just gives her a ride to a nice-looking, safe-looking diner, and
I give her an extra 10.
And takes out her card, like her, her personal information card. If you have any more problems, just call me. All right?
Okay.
I mean, you need to stay safe. And whoever, whatever.
She takes Lacey's card and the other 10 and just kind of shoves it into a pocket, the same pocket.
I will pick up. That is my personal cell phone. If I don't pick up, because I get real busy during the day, I'm a student. If I don't pick up, then someone else will, and we will get you help.
I'd also like to add that the address that I gave her was well, the thing I wrote to her was my character's phone number, his cell phone number, his home phone number, and his house number.
Okay.
Just adding that.
She looks at that more at Lacey, and she gets a really warm smile on her face, like thank you.
It's okay. It's okay. Just
I
get
haven't had
some warm food in you.
care about me like this in so long.
It's all right. We'll get some warm food in you, and you get to a safer place. If you need anything, you give me a call or give him a call, okay?
Okay, I will.
All right. All right. And she lets her off.
She gets out at the diner and immediately goes in.
Well,
And Lacey will take you home.
all right, and I think that ends it for me because I need to go eat now. Yes. And Stefan thought I was a negative Nancy.
We're not. We're still live, guys.
Oh.
Lacey has noticed by now that Natalia is right behind her in her car.
Okay.
So they drive off. Where do they drive to? Where is?
Lacey actually will take Natalia to her house, and which is way out in the boonies, by the way.
It's fine.
Past downtown, just really, really out of the way.
Lacey and Natalia both head toward Lacey's apartment or house, and that's where the scene will come to a close.